In this class, we are going to discuss about question number 23, exercise 14.1 probability. Observe this question. A game consists of tossing a 1 rupee coin 3 times. What? Tossing a 1 rupee coin 3 times and nothing its outcome each time. Hanif wins. What? Hanif wins if all the tosses give the same result. Hanif wins if all the tosses give the same result, that is 3 heads or 3 tails. 3 heads or 3 tails and losses otherwise. So first what we are doing? We are tossing 1 rupee coin 3 times. Once we toss 1 rupee coin 3 times, then total possible outcomes. What about its solution? The total possible outcomes on tossing a coin, total possible outcomes on tossing a coin 3 times. Total possible outcomes on tossing a coin 3 times. Once we are tossing coin 3 times, then total possible outcomes will be what? Head, 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 tail, head, tail, head, head, tail, tail. Next one, tail, head, head, tail, head, tail, 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 head, and next one, tail, tail, tail. Count these outcomes: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These 8 outcomes we are getting once we toss what? Coin 3 times. Clear? Now we want what? Calculate the probability that Hanif will lose the game. Hanif wins if all the tosses give the same result. That is what? 3 heads, all the tosses gives the same result, means on all the tosses we are tossing coin 3 times and all times we are getting what? Head, 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 and or tail, tail, tail. Hanif wins if all 3 times you are getting head, 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 tail, tail, tail. Clear? And losses otherwise. Clear? So we want what? The probability that Hanif will lose the game. Hanif will lose the game. Hanif will lose the game. Hanif will lose the game if all the tosses don't have same result. If all the tosses don't have same result. Hanif will lose the game if all the tosses don't have same result. Hanif wins if all the tosses give the same result. If all the tosses give the same result, Hanif wins. Otherwise lose. So Hanif will lose this thing we want. So Hanif will lose the game if all the tosses don't have same result. Clear? So if all the result are what? Having same result, head, 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 tail, 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 then Hanif wins, otherwise lose. So lose what outcomes we are getting? Hanif will lose the game. Outcomes will be what? These 1 2 3 4 5 6. These are outcomes. Head, head, tail, head, tail, head, head, tail, 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 head, head, tail, head, tail, 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 head. These six situations. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Once we are getting these 6 situations, then Hanif will lose the game. Hanif win if all the tosses give the same result. What is the meaning? Hanif wins only when all the tosses having head, 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 tail, tail, tail. Otherwise lose. Clear? So these are what outcomes. Hanif will lose the game. Clear? Required probability we know well probability of an event equal to number of favorable outcomes divided of total possible outcomes. So in this case we are having total possible outcomes are what? 8. Number of favorable outcomes, we require probability Hanif will lose the game. Hanif will lose the game if all the tosses do not have same result. Clear? So 6 times we are not having same results. All the tosses not having same results. So number of favorable outcomes will be what? 6. Solve this one. 3 times, 4 times. So 3 upon 4 will be the required probability of this question. Observe again what we are doing. A game consists of tossing a 1 rupee coin. We are tossing 1 rupee coin 3 times, then all possible outcomes will be what? 8. These are all 8 possible outcomes once we toss a coin 3 times. Clear? Now Hanif wins if all the tosses give the same result. What is the meaning? If all the tosses of all 3 tosses giving what? 3 heads and 3 tails. One situation is this one and another one is this one. Only these 2 situations once we are getting, then Hanif wins, otherwise lose. We require probability of Hanif will lose. So Hanif will lose the game if all the tosses do not have same result. It means these situations once we are getting, then Hanif will lose. It means 6 times 6 situations, 6 favorable outcomes, that time Hanif will lose. Then required probability what? Number of favorable outcomes divided of total possible outcomes. Favorable outcomes will be what? 6 and total possible outcomes will be what? 8. Once we solve this one, we are getting 3 upon 4. This is the required probability. I hope you understand this question. That's all about this question. Thank you so much.